Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know it has definitely been a while since the last time that I posted, but all is well, I'm here. So listen, it has definitely been an interesting roller coaster for the last few months, and I've been out of commission because I transitioned from the elementary setting to middle school. So last school year it was different for me, and I just had a lot going on trying to make sure that I was giving my students my all while still learning something new. And it was a great experience. I taught 6th and 8th grade math last year. This year I am teaching only 6th grade math, so that's pretty cool, and I have definitely enjoyed this side of education with middle school. But I do plan to definitely be back and bringing you more videos and trying to help you with your schoolwork, your homework, and whatever the case may be. So make sure if you have any questions and if I'm able to help you out and create a video for you, I want you to make sure to send an email to me at this address right here, and I will do my best to make a video to help you. In the meantime, I want to introduce the video for today, and what I am going to share with you is dividing numbers with decimals. So dividing numbers with decimals is a tad bit different than our standard, just a tad bit different than dividing with just whole numbers, just because we have a couple of rules we have to make sure that we follow to make sure that our final answer is correct, because that decimal can definitely make or break the answer to your problem. So with all of that being said, again, welcome back, and I look forward to seeing you all again, and thank you so much for being here. And let's go ahead and take a look at these decimals with division. Problem with the decimals. So first of all, making sure that we understand the vocabulary. Whenever you have a division problem that is written like this horizontally, you always want to rewrite it so that your dividend goes in the house. How do I know which one is my dividend? Well, your dividend in this horizontal problem is always the number that is written first. So the first number will always go in the house, and you're going to simply bring the second number in front of the house. So when I rewrite the problem, it is 8 68/100 divided by 4/10. Okay? So the thing is, though, we need to make sure that we are ready to solve the problem, because, normally, oh yeah, 4, how many equal groups of 4 can I make out of 8? Well, before we do all of that good stuff, we need to make sure that we pay attention to these decimals. And if there is ever a decimal that is written in your divisor, you have to move it and make that divisor a whole number. So in this case, because I have a decimal point here, I am going to move that decimal behind the 4 and make it, instead of 4/10, I'm just going to make it a 4. Whatever you do to your divisor, you have to do to the dividend. So I am going to move that decimal point one time. So now my final problem, when I move my decimal point, is going to be 4, and that's your 86. 86 and 8/10. The last thing you want to do before you start to work is go ahead and move that decimal point on the top. Hey, I need you to do me a favor. Go ahead right now and press that like button, follow button, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Share the love. Let's learn together. Now back to your video. Let's go ahead and solve this problem. So because I have a one digit divisor, I'm going to only look at one digit in the dividend. How many equal groups of 4 can I make out of 8? So if I have 8 pieces of candy, how many equal groups of 4 can I make? Well, that's one group of 4. That's 2 groups of 4. So my answer is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Now I'm going to subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. You need to bring the next number down. We are going to repeat. So again, my question is, how many equal groups of 4 can I make out of 6? Well, if I have 6 pieces of candy, I can only make 1 group of 4. So that is the number that is going on the top. 1 times 4 is 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. We have to repeat this step and bring the 4 down. How many equal groups of 4 can I make out of 24? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm just drawing the pictures out so that we can make sure that we have a visual understanding of division and what it looks like. 6 times 4 is 24. And 24 minus 24 is 0. And when I rewrote the problem in this new screen, I did forget to bring that decimal up. But please be mindful and include your decimal points in all of your problems. Division is pretty cool, right? Understand, division is nothing more than we are sharing, we are splitting, or another way that we can think about is we are grouping. Okay, so the only thing that is different really with dividing with the decimal is making sure that you put your decimals in the correct place, because that decimal will completely change your answer. So I had the number 72. But when I put a 7 decimal point 2, how would I say this? Well, some of my students in class, they said, oh, when we think of decimals as money, they said that was $7.02. But I also challenge you to keep in mind, understanding place value, is this, with the information written like this, it would be $7.02 here. However, this is $7.20. And this problem here, the first number that I wrote, this is actually $72. So it's always important to make sure that we put the decimals in the correct place, because it really changes the value of whatever that number is that we are dealing with. I have another problem here. So the first thing I need to do is what? Hopefully you said rewrite my problem, because I do. And I'm going to drop the house down on the first number. But that 3 has a decimal in the front. So of course I need to do what? I'm going to move it. And because I moved it one time here, I need to take that decimal and move it one time here. So go ahead and put your decimal up here. Okay? Then we can start with the math. And we can do how many equal groups of 3 can I make out of 7? That would be 2, 6. How many equal groups of 3 can I make out of 11? That would be 3, 9. That leaves me with 2 when I subtract. Bring that 1 down. How many equal groups of 3 can I make out of 21? That would be a 7 times 3, 21, and I have nothing left. What about a problem like this? Well, same rule applies. I have a decimal here. So because there is a decimal in my divisor, I need to move it. So I'm going to move it 1, 2 times, because you have to make that 1300ths a whole number. So now it's 13. Whatever you do to your divisor, you have to do to your dividend. So this decimal here, 1, 2. I need to move it. So now it's behind the 0. I have a decimal here in between my 4 and the 2. I'm going to move that 1 time. Now the decimal is behind. It's behind your 2 so that it becomes 42. Same thing here. I only moved it once. And something else that I wasn't clear on, this is us simply multiplying both your dividend and your divisor by 10. So we are able to make it easier when we are doing this math with the division. So now I move the decimal and it goes up here. Let's say I have this number here, 35 and 5/10 divided by 5. So a common misconception is, oh, I'm going to move the decimal. However, be mindful. There is no decimal with the 5. So because there is not a decimal in the divisor, you are going to leave this decimal alone. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. Just moving on up, and we can go ahead and start doing our math. How many equal groups of 5 can I make out of 3? None. But how many equal groups of 5 can I make out of 35? 7. 7 times 5, 35. Minus 35 is 0. Bring this 5 down, and we're going to repeat. How many equal groups of 5 can I make out of 5? That would be 1. 1 times 5, 5, and 5 minus 5 is 0. All right, guys, and that's it for today with dividing with decimals. Again, make sure that you send me an email if you have any questions about something that was unclear to you, and maybe I can try to help clear that up. In the meantime, again, make sure that you subscribe, and most importantly, share this video with a friend. Until next time, learning is as easy as 1, 2, 3 when you're hanging out with Ms. P. See you next time.